Where should I build a temporary emergency shelter? Imagine you're caught in an emergency and need a quick place to stay. Picking the right spot can make all the difference for safety and comfort. First, look for dry, level ground. Avoid low spots where water can collect or cold air settles. Building on dry soil or flat terrain helps keep your shelter dry and warm. Steep slopes or unstable ground can cause landslides or collapse, so steer clear of those. Also, avoid areas near dead or damaged trees that could fall, especially during storms or high winds. Stay away from animal trails or insect nests to reduce encounters with wildlife or pests. Position your shelter so the entrance faces away from the wind. This keeps cold air and rain from blowing inside. Use natural windbreaks like dense bushes, rocks, or trees to shield your shelter from wind and weather. If possible, build on higher ground to stay above flood zones and avoid water pooling around your shelter. Check the ground for dryness and stability before setting up. Elevate your shelter slightly by stacking branches or debris underneath to insulate from the cold ground. Near natural materials like branches, leaves, or pine boughs is ideal. These can be used for building or insulating your shelter. Also, choose a spot close to a water source and food supplies if you plan to stay a while. But remember, don't build too close to water to avoid flooding or attracting pests. Make sure your shelter has good ventilation to prevent condensation and keep fresh air flowing, especially if you plan to build a fire nearby. Keep your shelter accessible for rescue if needed, but avoid overly obvious locations that make you easy to find. Think about size too. A smaller shelter warms up faster and is easier to build. It should be just big enough for you to lie down comfortably. Using natural terrain features and vegetation helps make your shelter more effective. Elevate the sleeping area off the ground and insulate with debris or leaves to stay warmer. Regularly check your shelter for damage or settling, and make repairs as needed. The best place to build a temporary emergency shelter is on dry, level ground, protected from wind and rain, away from hazards, near materials you can use, and oriented to keep you safe and warm. Remember, quick construction and smart location choices can keep you safe and comfortable until help arrives.